Sample essay writing in English. One. Write a paragraph about the kind of job you would like to do after you finish your education. After high school, there are numerous things I want to do and accomplish in my life. I want to attend college and law school. After I start working for a few years, I plan to settle down, get married, and have children. I still want to have a career, but I want to raise a family too. I'm not sure what will happen after this or that even this will take place, because I can't really plan out my life. Life is an unpredictable thing. There are many obstacles that may get in the way of perusing my goals. Some of the obstacles are college and law school. It takes a lot of studying, hard work, and determination in becoming a lawyer. With hard work and determination, I plan to accomplish my goals, whatever they may be, and live up to my full potential. Two. Write a paragraph about what life in the city is like. Life in the city is full of activity. Early in the morning, hundreds of people rush out of their homes in the manner ants do when their nest is broken. Soon the streets are full of traffic. Shops and offices open, students flock to their schools, and the day's work begins. The city now throbs with activity, and it is full of noise. Hundreds of sightseers, tourists, and others visit many places of interest in the city, while businessmen from various parts of the world arrive to transact business. Then towards evening, the offices and day schools begin to close. Many of the shops too close. There is now a rush for buses and other means of transport. Everyone seems to be in a hurry to reach home. As a result of this rush, many accidents occur. The city could, therefore, be described as a place of ceaseless activity. Here, the drama of life is enacted every day. Three. Write a paragraph about life in a multiracial community. Living in a community where there are people of various races could be a rewarding and an exciting experience. Such a community is like a small world with many types and races of people in it. Everyone, young or old, enjoys listening to stories about people in other lands. We read books and newspapers to learn about the habits, customs, and beliefs of people who do not belong to our race, but when we live in a community composed of many races, we have the opportunity to meet and talk with people of various races. We can learn about their customs and beliefs directly from them. For example, in Singapore and Malaysia, which are known as multiracial countries, Malays, Chinese, Indians have lived together for several decades. It could therefore be said that life in a multiracial community teaches us many useful lessons in human relations. Four, write a paragraph about an unusual opportunity you have had. Seldom does one have opportunity of seeing a fight between a tiger and a crocodile. I, however, had this opportunity one day, when I went with my father into a forest in search of some wild plants. I had never been to a forest before. Therefore, whatever I saw in the forest interested me greatly. I looked at the rich vegetation all round as well as the variety of colorful flowers and birds, large and small. I saw the activity of some of the wild creatures, such as snakes, squirrels, and insects. Occasionally, I heard the cry of some strange animal in pain, perhaps while being eaten by a larger animal. I also heard some rustling noises in the undergrowth, but I was not afraid of all these. Such things, I knew, were natural to the forest. Five, write about the value of libraries. A good library is an ocean of information, whose boundaries continue to extend with the endless contribution of the numerous streams of knowledge. Thus, it has a peculiar fascination for scholars, and all those whose thirst for knowledge is unstable. The usefulness of libraries in the spread of knowledge has been proved through the years. The field of knowledge is so extensive and life is so brief, that even the most avid reader can never expect to absorb it all. Those who have a love for knowledge, therefore, try to master only a small fraction of it. Even this requires reading of hundreds of books, cheap and expensive, new and old. But few people are able to buy all the books on the subject in which they wish to attain proficiency. It is therefore necessary for them to visit a good library. Six, Write a paragraph to discuss science and its effect on our lives. One of the most striking features of the present century is the progress of science, and its effects on almost every aspect of social life. Building on the foundation laid by the predecessors, the scientists of today are carrying their investigation into ever-widening fields of knowledge. Modern civilization depends largely on the scientist and inventor. We depend on the doctor who seeks the cause and cure of disease, the chemist who analyzes our food and purifies our water, the entomologist who wages war on the insect pests, the engineer who conquers time and space, and a host of other specialists who aid in the development of agriculture and industry. The advance of science and technology has brought the different parts of the world into closer touch with one another than ever before. We are able to reach distant lands within a very short time. Seven. Write a paragraph to describe the most important day in your life. The most important day in my life was the day when my parents decided to send me to school. I was then about 7 years old. I had been playing with the children living around my house for some years. I had no thought of ever going to school. I enjoyed playing to catch fish from the shallow streams nearby. Sometimes we went to the forest to catch birds and squirrels, and I had always thought that life would continue to be the same for me. But, one day, to my great sorrow, my parents suddenly announced that I was no longer to play about and that I was to go to a school. Words can hardly describe how sad I felt at the thought of having to go to a school. I had often heard that school teachers were very strict and cruel,